Okay, I'm Michael Yates, and I'm going to read you a story, and I think it's self-explanatory, and it's called Vincent and the Angel. Vincent woke with a start. The room was bright, but though his window showed only the dark of night. He looked round at the furniture. It was not the bedroom at all, which he still readily recalled. No wicker-bottomed chairs, no ocean blue door, no coat hooks at the head of the wooden bed with its dingy yellow pillowings and thick cakey paint. All these had been replaced. Nor could he see the familiar sights of the asylum at Saint-Remy, the window ledge with empty bottles, the double doors and arched ceilings, all silver green with wavy strokes. But of course, he remembered now. He had moved to be closer to Dr. Gachet, his friend and physician, the man whose harrowed expression reminded him so much of himself. Yes, he remembered now. He knew there could be only one explanation for this unscientific brightness. He sat up, looked round again. A figure with wings sat on the floor in the corner by the door. A corona of golden light surrounded it. A large leather-bound book lay across its knees. Vincent said, "Are you an angel?" The figure in the corner shrugged his shoulders. "It's the wings, they always give it away." Vincent got up, pulled down his nightshirt for modesty's sake, walked across to the angel, sat on the floor beside him. He could see now the angel wore a nightshirt like himself, and indeed had red hair and a red beard exactly like himself. "Why are you here?" Vincent asked. Then, No, I understand. It is the hour of my death, am I right?" "Not exactly," said the angel. "Not exactly, not 100%. That might be too taxing for your average human being. So, not the hour then, not even the day, nor even the week, but yes, it is close. Close enough to meditate on things far enough in the future to not get panicky. Meditation without panic. That's what they teach us in Angel College." "I've been to college," said Vincent, "and I nearly went to university, but I found the Latin and Greek too difficult." He wiped his nose on his sleeve. "Now I welcome death, for God has deserted me." The angel sighed. "Well, that's one way of looking at it. Then never mind. Ask me about the book. People usually do. It's big and heavy and has a steel clasp and perfect binding. None of your cheap saddle stitch. Go on, ask me." "I don't need to ask," said Vincent. "It's clearly the Book of Judgment, and it's all about me." "It is the Book of Judgment, and it is about you." The angel opened the book, coughed once, and began to read very quickly. "Born 1853, son of a gospel minister, joined an art firm in The Hague, relocated to London and Paris by his employers, then sacked by said employers." "Aha!" He paused to regain his breath. "Sacked, what was all that about?" Vincent looked away. "I was unhappy with the life. It seemed so trivial, so lacking in spiritual values. Nothing to do with a woman then?" The angel allowed himself a throaty laugh. "What do you mean?" said Vincent. And then with some alarm, "Is that what it says in the book?" "You'll be happy to know it says nothing in the book. Very short on detail it is. But I have to say, you do seem to me to be the type." "I resent that accusation. She led me on." Fine. That's just between you and me then." The angel resumed reading. "Worked as assistant teacher in school in England, assistant in bookshop in Holland, lived with uncle in Amsterdam, moved to Brussels to be trained as a missionary, then worked as a missionary in..." "What's this?" "Borinage, where's that?" "It's in Belgium," said Vincent. "Oh, you didn't go to India then? Or China? Or Africa?" "I had that David Livingstone once. Fascinating fella. He once got attacked by a lion." "Some people," said Vincent, "have inner conflicts. Every bit as desperate as an animal attack." "I'm sure they do, but anyway," the angel continued to read. "Alcohol, opium, prostitutes, cuts off left ear." He closed the book. That's it, I'm afraid. The story of your life. But it can't be, said Vincent. Not the whole story. It's such a big book, and you said it was heavy. It's the large format version, said the angel, with the 200-gram paper, and the cover itself weighs a ton with a big clasp. The publisher always likes to create a good effect. People take their lives seriously, you know. But it can't be the story of my life, said Vincent. It doesn't mention my paintings. You paint? The angel looked surprised. Wait a minute. He opened the book again. Flicked through the pages. Yes, right. Sorry about that. Give me a moment, okay? He put down the book, snapped his fingers at the far wall. Immediately the dark green, dirty flock wallpaper turned as white and blank as a newly prepared canvas. Let's have a look at them then, your paintings. Think of it as a sort of magic lantern. There on the wall, magnified to extend the full length between floor and ceiling, was a portrait of a man digging. He wore a brown cap, brown pullover, and brown trousers. What do you call this one then? I call it the digger, said Vincent. Right. The angel drew out the word like elastic. Then, it's a bit dull, isn't it? Not the sort of thing you want in your living room. It's one of my early works, said Vincent. Pencil and watercolour. Later on, I become well known for my brilliant use of colour. Right, said the angel. Well, we've all got to start somewhere. The image on the wall changed. It was now a crowd walking off the street into a narrow doorway, with their backs turned to the viewer. What's this one then? It's called the lottery, said Vincent. It's from my Hague period. The lottery, said the angel. Can't see many winners there, Squire, if you don't mind my saying so. The angel snapped his fingers, and Vincent saw a huge black crayon picture of another man digging, again seen from the back. And what's this one? Vincent shifted uncomfortably. I call this one Digging Peasant, because, yes, said the angel, it's a peasant digging. Yes, I can see that. Another black crayon picture appeared. Don't tell me, this must be peasant woman digging. Another snap and a new image, with blazing red detail and duck-egg blue background. It was immediately recognisable. Oh, yes, said the angel. I may not know much about art, but I know what I like. It's you, isn't it? Yes, said Vincent. I recognised you right away. You got the nose just right. Shame about the mouth. The next picture was a woman in a black dress, sitting with her hands clasped. The one after that, a woman in a green dress, sitting with her arms folded. Oh, yes, said the angel, I can relate to this. You're heading in the right direction and no mistake. I don't suppose you do any female nudes? No? Well, fine. In the next image, the angel ran a hand through his hair, and Vincent felt the brush of fingertips on his own scalp. Well, said the angel, this I don't really know about. It was a flat, formalised picture of a brown tree branch against a background of emerald green, below pale yellow, dirty red. Vertical orange stripes with black oriental pictograms ran down either side. Ah, said the angel, now I see. This would be your Japanese period. He moved on quickly. Then, oh, it's you again. Yes, very lively. But I don't know about the green. I mean, red beard, okay. Bit exaggerated. In real life, you're more of a light ginger. But I don't like the green lines all over the face. Call me a realist if you will. But green lines on faces, I don't really go for. That's my self-portrait with grey hat, put in Vincent. And those lines are not just lines. Well, you can see they're not straight lines. They're spinning things, whirls, commotion, agitation. And look, they match the whirls and the jacket. And there they are in the background. Don't you see? They represent my inner turmoil, while at the same time indicating a direct connection with the overwhelming turmoil of the great universe itself. I can see, said the angel. You must have picked up a lot of clever words working for that art firm. Another snap. Ah, this must be your self-portrait with straw hat. I think the beard's more lifelike in this one. Snap again. And this is self-portrait with easel. I've always wondered how you do self-portraits. Do you use a mirror? Or do you use two mirrors so you can see the reflection of your reflection and get it done right? It strikes me as a very narrow, personal kind of subject. I mean, How many of these do you actually sell? Vincent hesitated. I've never sold a picture, he admitted. He bowed his head, got up, walked across to the bed, sat on it. The problem is, my brother is my agent, and I don't think he's very good, but what can I do? The angel shrugged again. Never mix family and business. They passed quickly over the sunflowers of 2 years ago. I'm not much of a one for still life, said the angel, and went on to Starry Night. That's a recent one there. Now I can see you doing that whirly agitation thing again, linking up with the great universe. Vincent got up off the bed. You understand then? You can see it now, he said. Yes, interesting idea, but I think the stars are too big and too yellow. Stars aren't yellow at all, are they? Except the sun. And I have to say, you really slap it on. The paint, I mean. Just stand in front of the easel and slap, slap, slap. I much prefer the Renaissance style. Raphael and Leonardo. Layers. That's what I like. Draw the damn thing, get it right, then stretch the canvas. Put down a good background. Get your servant to do it if you've got one. Then trace out the drawing, preferably using a camera obscura. Then add the top layer. You might have a different servant for the detail. Somebody who's good at doing armour or frilly clothing. That sort of painting has cohesion, which to my mind reflects the real universe. That's the thing, you see. There isn't any turmoil in the real universe, only turmoil in you. That's what you don't grasp. Vincent fell back on the bed, shamelessly pulled his nightgown over his face. Ah, he wailed, I had thought I was ready to face death itself, but I had no idea you would bring despair with you. Now I see it was not my brother's fault. It was mine. I am a superficial, self-pitying, pretentious purveyor of emotion. I'm only good enough to illustrate those newfangled postcards, like the one of that hideous Eiffel Tower I was sent last month. I will never succeed as an artist, never make my mark in the world. I will go to the part of hell reserved for failures, and I will deserve it. Oh, come on, said the angel. It's not that bad. First, you're unlikely to go to hell because hell is reserved for important people. Villains and heretics, not common or garden failed sinners. And truth is, you've every chance of becoming a famous painter. You're already well known for one amazing thing, and that could be just the beginning. Vincent sat up eagerly. And what is the one amazing thing? You cut off your left ear. You need to develop that. You think cut off my right ear too? No, repetition is boring, boring, boring. You need to do more. Establish yourself in the romantic imagination as a tragic victim of modern life. How should I do that? I think we both know. I think one of us has already bought a 7mm Le Facheur brushed revolver, and it is lying in the bottom drawer of your dressing table, even as we speak. Yes, it is true, said Vincent. For a moment he looked ashamed. Then he looked excited. The angel said, remember, a bullet in the head is instant. Don't make the mistake of shooting yourself in the chest or any other half measure. You'll be hanging on for days if you do. I will remember, said Vincent. Then the angel was gone. Vincent awoke with a start. The room was bright, but it was only the moon through his uncurtained window. He'd been dreaming, but he could not recall the details. Thank you.